So we've learned a lot about water in the past few weeks. We've learned what water is and where we find water. We've learned about how to treat water to make sure it's safe, how we deliver water to our houses, how we use water in our houses, and then how we get rid of that water and treat it properly. But what happens if we don't treat the water properly? What happens if we just dump our raw sewage back into the river? What happens if we don't have a clean source of drinking water? There are a lot of people on our planet, but every day there are over 1 to 2 billion people on our planet who don't have access to clean drinking water. Today, 6,000 children under the age of 14 are going to die, mostly in Africa and Asia, from not having enough clean drinking water. There are a lot of waterborne diseases. There's a lot of parasites and bacteria that can get into water when it's not clean. And if you don't have a way of cleaning that water properly, it'll make you sick. And children are usually very vulnerable because of their weakened immune systems. There are a lot of water issues, such as plastics in our water, chemicals in our water, keeping Guelph's water safe, or Nestle using Guelph's water, or companies buying wells for aquifers in the Waterloo-Wellington region. There's also a lot of global water issues, such as access to clean water for poor people, or keeping our oceans clean, or how do we figure out as a society how to protect our water? How do we figure out what's going to happen to water with global warming and climate change, or the damages of water through floods? What we're going to do this week is you're going to choose one of two projects. The first project could be a global or a local water issue that you're interested in. And what you're going to do is you're going to research what the water issue is. You're going to give us maybe a paragraph of information, and then you're going to give us about a paragraph of how we might solve it, or some things that we might do to remedy that water issue. For instance, if I wanted to talk about access to clean water, what I do is I might get on the UNICEF website and look up how many children are dying because of dirty drinking water and what we could do about that as a planet. So I'll give a paragraph of information outlining what the problem is. I'm going to give some statistics and some research facts that I found. And then I'm going to give a paragraph explaining what I think we should do about that, or what some remedies for that might be. The other option, if you don't really feel like doing a lot of research, is to make a water conservation poster. A poster is a type of media that's designed to communicate a message. Your message is going to be, we got to conserve water in Guelph, and your target audience is going to be teenagers in the city. So what you have to do is you have to think, well, what drives teenagers? How do teenagers use water in their homes? And what's an effective way for them to stop using so much water? And then how am I going to communicate that message effectively through the medium of a poster? So I'm going to write that out. It's going to be written. This week's pretty easy. Hopefully you got your test marks back, and hopefully you're feeling pretty good about how you did. And what we're going to do is this will be one of our last major things to do with water. So choose one, a research project on a current, local, or global water issue, paragraph explaining what the issue is, and a paragraph explaining what you think could be done about it. Or you can choose a water conservation poster designed to target an audience of 14-year-olds or 15-year-olds in Guelph, and how are we going to convince them to use less water. Finally, if you have another water-related idea that you're excited about, and I haven't really given you the option to do, you can always tell me, shoot me an email, and we can come up with a final project. For the posters, you can draw it on paper and send me a picture of that. Or if you would prefer, you could do the poster electronically and send me a digital copy of it. We'll make it work no matter what. Take care, guys. Bye.